So I had this conversation even with the beach folks yesterday. I think that some of you don't understand that if you have dreams and you have goals that you want to achieve, you need to start early. You can't wait to make it happen. So some of you have the D1 dream. You want to be D1 players. But a lot of times you even hear from the parents when you bring it up. They're like, well, she's still young. No, you're not. Bro, if you're in 6th grade and you're trying to be D1, I'm telling you right now, that's when you start. Okay, it doesn't have to be that you have to live and breathe the game at that point. It means you need to start working on your conditioning in your body, right? We need to start building agility. We need to start building strength. So strength and conditioning nonstop. You need to build your vertical. Those are the moments where you want to do activities, right? You want to go have fun with your friends. You want to go play different sports. That's great. But you can still work on your physicality. Okay, you strength and conditioning, things like that. People wait too long, and then it's too late. And I explain it to them, right? If you're trying to be D1 for volleyball, for anything, 8th grade, they're already looking at you. I mean, our 14s just played another when they had college coaches watching 14s. Like, they already have a list at that point on who they really want to pursue, and that's at 14. So then later on, freshman year, big year to get yourself on the radar too. And then your sophomore year is your biggest year. Did you do enough to prepare to make an impact immediately on the sophomore year? Did you make enough impact during 9th and 8th grade for them to have you on a list to come watch you during your sophomore year because they want to see you compete and then talk to you after your sophomore year? Have you done enough? And at that point, the issue is you wait till sophomore year to then be like, oh, now they can actually talk to me later. Or you want to play in college? Well, you're late now. You're so late. Most of the time, you're even late for D2s. Because when I mean you're late, you are late to put your name out there. You are late to show physicality when you're playing the game. You are late to be highly technical and mechanical because you have not put in the work. So now you're freshman and sophomore year, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to put in the work now. Well, there's people in 9th and 10th grade that have already put the work in and already look great playing the game. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a setback for yourself. And then you find yourself, a lot of the reasons that I do find myself finding players that do end up quitting or don't want to play in college anymore or don't want to play whatever is because they find themselves actually later on wanting to play in college, but then it's too late. It is so hard at that point to find anything that you want. And they want specifics. Like I want to play in college, but I want to play here. You haven't done the work. It's impossible. So my advice is, and I talked to the girls yesterday, we had 6th graders, 7th graders, whatever, going into 8th grade is exactly that. I was like, if you don't put in right now, you don't take time to work on your body, to work on your craft, to work on strength and conditioning, you will not be viable to compete. I will not put my name out there sending an email for a player that does not belong. You can tell me a billion times, Coach Gabe, can you send an email about this? Can you look at my highlight video and then send it? I will not contact a college when it comes to a player that is not ready and has not done the work, because it closes the door in the trust between us and the college coaches. And I'm not going to do that and hurt other folks that have done the work and why I want to go. So we told them straight up, you got to be working already. Like 6th grade, you already got to start working on, on strength and conditioning, getting faster, getting quicker, getting stronger, so you can do more stuff. The reason a lot of players, and even right now we struggle in the beach, the reason a lot of players can't do anything, can't do more advanced techniques, can't do certain things is because you're not athletic enough. And you're not athletic enough because you never work on strength and conditioning. You don't work on hand-eye coordination. You're not out there jumping rope. You're not out there doing workouts. All you hear from people is like, well, I got a vacation here. Well, I want to take a break. Or I was in a pool party. Well, this. You can't take an hour, 2 hours out of the day to put in work. Every day. Every day, you should be able to be working on something that is going to condition you to be better as a player. And what we're finding ourselves in is these players come up with any, well, I was tired. Well, I had this game. Okay? Most of the top people, the real people, the dogs, the 1%er, not 1%er because they were genetics and they're freaking 6'6". No. The real folks, the small folks that work their butts off to then achieve something and make it big. Those people will work out. Even a lot of times I see people that even work out on game days, right after game day. they put in a workout. Sometimes before, to be honest with you. Because those are people that are not making excuses in their head. So their head is not going to register. Oh, well, if I work out before the game, then I'm going to be tired during the game and I'm not going to play as good. They don't register that. They do the workout and they still thinking in their head, I'm going to ball out and beat everybody. They don't create excuses in their heads for every little thing to not do something. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like right now, we got the CC workout and we send it out. How many of these folks are doing the CC workout? And I guarantee you it's nobody. It's nobody, because the CC workouts are literally 5 days out of the week. 2-a-days. Morning, strength and conditioning. Nighttime, it's usually agility, cardio, blah, blah. And there's no way. There's no way these girls come back from the summer. And I've seen the workouts. There's no girls, these girls do that workout and come back from the summer. And they're the same as athletes. There's no way. So it's just a want. And that's why I get mad. People wonder why I get so mad and frustrated and I yell at them and all this stuff. It's because I got to hear from them every single time. Well, I want to play college. I want to do this. And you tell them what it takes and they don't do it. But then they still want to come to you and be like, you want to play in college, blah, blah. And they blame you for it. Like, I can't do it for you. Like, I can't go out there and work out for you. Like, you got to do it. You got to tear your body to shreds now so you can reap the benefits later. But the issue is you're not willing to do it now to reap the benefits. You think the benefits should be given to you. And that's just not how life works. If you want to be a top dog, especially if you're shorter, especially if you're not as athletic as everybody else, you got to put in the work. You got to put in more work. What you guys don't realize is you're competing internationally. You're not just competing in the nation. Like, you could be, like I tell the kids all the time, I'll tell Gabby all the time, like, you might be the best hitter here in Mississippi at 14. Great. What about the rest of the nation? What about the rest of the world? Because colleges recruit internationally too now. So what about the rest of the world? You are competing in your own age, in your own class with the entire world. That does not mean you can't make it. I am a firm believer, and I told them this, I am a firm believer that I can get every single player that comes through here into college. Full ride. But it's going to take you working. It's going to take you working, and I can guide you through it. But if you don't put in the work, if you try to tell me, well, I worked out. You worked out what? Once this week? Great. That's going to help. Like, no, you need to tear your body to shreds. You need to rip your muscles. Then, when you actually take a break, they will recover, and you will feel faster, stronger. But you got to be willing to rip your muscles to shred. And these excuses that people make of, it's like pro injury, if they work out that much and blah, blah, bull crap, bro. If you put your body through it, your body adjusts to that. Which is why, like I said before, in those days, before all this, back in the day with everybody was tougher. Everybody could play all day, every day, because nobody was making excuses like, well, he's going to get injured if he keeps playing all day. He's going to get injured and tired and mentally exhausted if he's doing this. No, there was no excuse. You just wanted to compete and you wanted to be the best. So, from me and Champ, get your butt up and go work. If you're trying to achieve something greater than going to go be in a sorority and just party all the time, which is not an achievement, by the way, then do the work. Do the work. Or you're going to end up cheering for somebody else your whole life instead of somebody cheering for you. All right? Love you guys. Champ, you want to say goodbye? All right, bet. Deuces.